Hi, Keshav here. Welcome back. In previous video, we saw how do we load the data into dimension table and how hash key generated with the combination of multiple column values to maintain the uniqueness in the table. Alright. So in this, let's see how do we load fact table and how the dimension key populated into fact table. Alright. So let's see that. And I got already one CSV file which is uploaded into a storage account of fact.csv. I already downloaded the file here, so let's not worry about that. This is again mocked up data. File has got employee ID, product ID and sales date, quantity, sales amount and tax amount. So this is completely the sales details of the employee, what product is sold, when that sale happened, and quantity, how many products is sold, and what is the sales amount and what is the tax amount. All right, so this is complete sales table, which is a fact table. I explained about facts and dimension tables in video which I have done on Power BI. If you want to have better understanding on the dimension modeling, what is fact and what is dimension table, what type of data will be storing in fact, what type of data will be storing in dimension, and how do we join both dimensions and fact tables, and that complete data modeling I spoke about at the video which I had done as part of Power BI video series. So anyways, I'll just paste that link in the description below. Have a look into that video to have some understanding on the dimension modeling. So in previous video which I have done on dimension table data load, so there I created one hash key to uniquely identify the records in the table. So let me just take you guys into SSMS. This is the table which I loaded. I created one pipeline and loaded the data into dimension table, that is a dim employee. And this table has got employee ID, name, designation, work location and contact details, and from and to dates. So this is completely type 2 dimension. Okay, so which has got effective from and effective to dates and is active, and there is one SCD key, that is hash key, which I generated in previous video. So this hash key will identify each row in the table. Alright, so this is mainly to maintain the uniqueness in this table. So the grain, if you observe the least granular level in this table, generally it is employee ID, but if you observe here there are duplicates in employee ID column, because as I am maintaining the history in this table, so there is no any field which will give unique records in this table, right? So for maintaining that uniqueness, I created this SCD key with a combination of employee ID and from and to dates. If you observe these two records, employee ID is same, the SCD keys are different. To maintain that uniqueness, I just created SCD key. This is the grain which is created with the combination of these three columns: employee ID, from date, to date. Alright, so now we have to have this key populated into fact table as a dimension key to join with this dimension. Alright, so if you want to populate this dimension key into fact table, there are two ways. One way is directly what you can do, you can directly generate that hash key in the fact table itself with the combination of same columns, whatever the columns we used to create this hash key, and you can join the dimension table and fact table through the SCD key. That is one way. So the other way is what we can do while loading the fact table itself, we can look up into this dimension table and how this SCD key loaded into fact table. So directly without generating there separately, we can just look up into this table and have this dimension key populated into fact table. Alright, so now I'm going to show the second way, how we can look up into this table and how this SCD key populated into fact table, and which will help us to join those two tables, how data analysis done. Alright, so you might ask the question like why can't we join directly an employee ID? Different new grain here with the combination of employee ID and from and to date, right? This is the new grain, that is SCD key with the combination of these three columns. Alright, okay, so and again, even though duplicates are there, but still we can join the fact table. It's not, but if you want to see the point in time the sales, right? So for example, in the fact table, if you look at this table, so this employee ID, this employee has done some sales, he sold this product and the sale date is 2018 and 02 and 7, right? And what is the sales amount? It is, again he has done okay, one more sale. Let me just sort the data based on employee ID, so that, so if you see that there is one more record, so employee ID 1, and so the sales happened in 2019, right? So if you want to just report point in time sales also, we have to join again with our sale date also, and sale date should be between the effective from and effective to date. And also if you want to see the sales based on when he was working as executive, what was the sales he has done, when he is working as a manager, what is the sales he has done. If you want to see with the combination of with employee ID and as designation, so definitely we need to use the date condition also. For that, this will uniquely identify that with the combination of effective from and effective to date, right? So ideally this is a good idea to populate this SCD key into fact table. To this we can join back to dimension table to have point in time sales or tax, whatever. That's what it is. So let me just go ahead and create the pipeline to have the data loaded, and to have the key populated from dimension to fact table. Okay, I'm gonna create new pipeline. So this pipeline name I'm gonna say fact load, and the activities those I need here is, first thing is I need the activities those I need here. First activity is data flow activity. Let me just get into data flow activity, and I'm gonna just define source. Source is a blob storage, so I'm gonna just say blob 1. I'm gonna create data set which is in delimited text file format. I'm gonna just say ds sales. I got already link service created. Let me just go ahead and use same link service. I'm gonna just browse the file from development container. This is the file I'm gonna load. I'm gonna check this option to have first row as a header. Say okay, that's it. We are done with source settings. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just add dimension table also, the second source dimension table. I'll tell you why I'm gonna add the dimension table here. As I said, right, I need to look up into this dimension table and have the SCD key populated into fact. That's what the requirement is, right? So I'm gonna just say new SQL database. I'm gonna just use existing link service, and table name here it is dim employee. That's it. Say okay. So I added 2 sources. Now what I'm gonna do, so next thing what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just look up into this dimension table and have the SCD key populated, right? For that I'm gonna add lookup transformation. Go to lookup. Here I'm gonna define the 2 data sets, those I'm gonna combine here. So the first one is, yes, it is coming from blob, whatever we are getting from source file, and the lookup stream is dimension table. These 2 I'm gonna combine. So here down I need to pass the conditions. Based on what condition I'm gonna join these 2 tables. I'm gonna join based on employee ID from our source file, and before that first let me just check how the data is coming from source file. If I go to projection, see here it is coming as string, but in our dimension table it is in integer format, right? First let me convert it into integer. On product ID I'm gonna go as is, that's okay. And sales amount, let me convert to integer, and quantity again let me convert to integer. Sales date again integer because it is in this format, that's okay. And sales amounts gonna be integer, tax amount again it's gonna be integer. Fine, that's it. We are done with our data type conversion as well, and let's go ahead and join these 2 tables. Okay, I'm gonna select employee ID All right, those are joined. And again, now I can't just directly join employee ID and take the SCD key, right? So I need to take SCD key from the table. See, for example, for this employee, I need to pick the SCD key if the sales date is between from and to. Okay, the sales date is between 2018 0207 and 190403. If it is between these two dates, then I need to pick this. If it is between these two dates, I need to pick this SCD key, right? So I can't blindly join with this employee ID and pick SCD key. If I am doing that, I never know what SCD key I will be getting, right? So it should be correct SCD key so that I can report point in time sales or tax data. So for that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the additional conditions here. So I'm gonna add two more conditions. The condition here is sales date. It should be between. I can write between in other way. So sales date greater than from date and less than or equals to date. Here also I can just pass greater than or equals to, that's okay. So sales date between these two dates, okay, that's what the condition is. I need to pick the SCD key which if the sales date is between this effective from and effective to, okay, so that specific SCD key only I need to pick. If sales happened between that effective from and effective to, then that specific SCD key I need to pick for employee ID 1 or whatever the other employee IDs, okay. So if you observe here, we have got multiple SCD keys for each employee, right? For example, designation changed from executive to manager. Whenever its designation changes, right, there will be new SCD key populated based on the sales date. If the sales date between this from date and to date, I'll be picking up this. If sales date between this from and to date, I'll be picking up this SCD key. All right, so then only we can report point in time. Okay, fine, it's done. These two conditions are also good. And next thing what I'm gonna do, I don't want all the columns from my dimension table. I need only one column, that is SCD key, to be populated into fact, right? So I need to just avoid rest of the columns. So for that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just add one transformation, select transformation, through which I can take off unwanted columns and just only select required columns into final destination table. From the source file, what are the columns I'm getting, so I'll be just keeping as is. Next thing what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just, I don't want employee name to be populated. I don't want employee ID populated again because already we got employee ID coming from the source file. That's okay. I don't want designation, location I don't want, contact details I don't want, because already those are there in dimension table. Why should I maintain again in fact table, right? I don't want. So if I need, if I want to generate the sales and tax by designation and name or work location, whatever it is, I can join to dimension table and I can have aggregation done for these dimensions. All right, so I don't want even from date, I don't want even to date, I don't want even is active. I want only SCD key from the dimension table. That's it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just delete all those columns, those I selected, and rest of the columns I'll be loading. Except SCD key, these all fields are coming from source file itself. So SCD key itself we are just getting from dimension table by looking up into that dimension table by joining with employee ID, and also based on other condition, that is a sales date between effective from and effective to. That's it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add sync. So I hope it's very simple. Try to understand what I'm trying to do here so that it will be more easier. Otherwise there might be little confusion if you have not done this data loads before with any of ETL tools. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just define the destination, that is equal fact. Yeah, we can't have space here, that's a problem. That's okay. And incoming stream, of course the select is the incoming stream for here, and select is the incoming stream here. That's okay. And I'm gonna just create new dataset, SQL database, ds fact, and link service already we got created, that's okay. And I'm gonna create new table here because I don't have fact table created right currently, so I'm gonna just say fact sales. That's it, we got nothing more to do, just I'm gonna say okay. We are done with our pipeline development. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just debug our pipeline. I'm gonna just say debug and look up, okay, broadcast side, okay, fine. So there is one thing I missed in lookup transformation. So if I get into lookup here, right, so here I need to specify, if I go to optimize, right, I need to specify broadcast. That means which table you want to place in, which table data you want to place in memory, right? So by default it is auto, it is asking me to select the table, that's okay. I'm gonna just select, let me select, I can select either blob or dimension. Okay, let me go for dimension table only. Let's see if it is going well. So I just selected, so that means this, the entire the data coming from this dimension will be loaded into the memory, and from there it will be used for our lookup transformation. All right, so always it is recommended to select the small table, I mean the table which has got less number of records, so that you don't need to waste much memory. So if you are selecting the table which has got a huge number of records, so you'll be wasting a lot of memory. So the recommended thing is just go for a small table, so that you will not be wasting a lot of memory, and also your so fine, you're done. Let's go ahead and debug again. Alright, it's queued now. So meanwhile, let me just create new query, select star from fact sales, right? Okay, so I think its table is created, but data is not loaded yet. Let's see, our pipeline is still in progress. Let's wait for a few more seconds. Alright, it seems our pipeline is executed successfully. Yes, it is executed successfully, and data also been loaded into fact table. Alright, so I got the result now here. See here. So employee ID, product ID, sales date, quantity, sales amount, tax amount, and SCD key also been populated into fact table. Yeah, so let me just sort the data. Order by employee ID. Okay, that's okay. Okay, let's compare the data here. So if you take this example here, right, employee ID 3. Okay, so this employee has sold this product, and the sales date is 2018-02-23, and this is SCD key which is generated. Let's compare for this employee at dimension table. Let's see what is the SCD key if the sales date is between that effective from and effective to. Let's see. So for that employee, that is where employee ID equal to, alright, yeah, it is 003, 3 zeros. Okay, fine. So first let me just copy this so that it will be more clear, or maybe I'll just execute both in single query analyzer so that it will be more clear. And here also let me execute this query. Alright, let's compare here. So this employee sold this product in 2018-02-23, and this is SCD key. Alright, so let's check this SCD key. Yes, same SCD key is there in the, so same SCD key is there in the dimension table. Alright, and let's check this date is between this effective from and effective to or not. Yes, so this date is between this effective from and effective to dates, so that's why it has populated with this SCD key. And the second record, it is populated with this SCD key because this sales date is between 2019-0404 and high date, so it's not been ended, just this is defaulted to high date. So as this date is between these two dates, so it is populated with this SCD key. So that is how the SCD key will be populated into fact table. As I said, right, there are two ways. One way is directly we can generate the SCD key in the fact table with the combination of, so with the same combination how we created in a dimension table. That's one way. The second way is looking up into dimension table and pick that SCD key and load populated with that SCD key. So always we can just look up into dimension table and have that key populated into fact table. So this is how we can have fact table loaded and have the dimension key populated from dimension table into fact table. So I hope this is clear for you guys. I'll also paste the link for the video which is done on dimension load, so in the description, so that you can use for your reference. Alright, so thanks for watching my video. Please do subscribe for more videos from me on Azure and also on Power BI. So we'll meet again with a different concept. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.